What's going on, guys? Tyler here at T-Rod Outdoors, and today we're back in the fishing cave again. It's getting a little warmer outside. I expect to be fishing by next week this time if the weather stays warm. It's been up and down here lately in Maryland with the weather, but hopefully we're on a warming trend and it stays so I can get back out on the water and get some fishing videos out for you guys. But today we're going to take you through like my tackle storage solutions that I'm going to be running all through 2021 and maybe change some things up from last year. I know I'm boxing all my soft plastics this year. I only did some of them last year, but it just makes it a lot easier having all these boxes with me in my truck when I go to the ponds and stuff. I just take the boxes I need in my backpack that I think I'm going to use, and if I need more, I just run back to the truck and grab them. So, without further ado, I guess we'll get into it. So, this first box, this is my terminal tackle box. All of them are labeled on the front as well as the top. This one is labeled with all the individual slots that it has in it. So I have the swim bait hooks, all my weights, tungsten weights, all my regular hooks, the straight shank hooks, the EWGs, wacky hooks, got some drop shot weights, some Ned hooks. Give you guys a look without tipping the whole thing over. But yeah, just a regular terminal box. It's just how I like to stay organized. Works out well for me in this Plano 3600 size box. I always run the 3600 size box through all the boxes I'm going to show today. It just works with me. I think 3700 is too big for the pond hopping guy like myself, and 3600 just fits well with all the tackle that I have. So get this one out of the way. That was the terminal box. Now we'll go through all the soft plastics. So like I said, I'm boxing all my soft plastics this year. So we're just going to start off with the Bandito Bugs. So I have the Bandito Bugs here. Got all of them all boxed up right here. I got green pumpkin, summer crawl, Alabama crawl, blue baby. Got the new green pumpkin purple, which I really like this color. It's purple on one side, then you flip it over and it's green pumpkin on the other. I'm really expecting that one to be my go-to color this year. Got a white for bed fishing, black and blue, and then a watermelon red flake. So covered there for all water clarities and what I'm going to be throwing. Next one's going to be my creature box. Still got some empty slots in this one, but we're looking to fill those this year. So we got the junior size of the Guggen Squad trench hog over here, and then we got the regular size trench hog as well as some lizards and a frog down in here. Next we just have regular crawls. Like these are what I use for jig trailers, so I have this box labeled crawls jig trailers. Not too bad. Next box that I have is my Senko box. I mean, you can't go pond hopping without some Senkos. So I just got a full box there of just Senkos. Got a lot of the black and blue and watermelon red flake. Those are these two over here because that's what I throw the most. And then some specialty colors over here. Next, off plastic, we have some trick worms. So got all the trick worms through here. So, over on this side of the trick worm box, you can see it's all open. Those are all my Guggen Squad Slim Shakes, the 6.5 inch. And then over here are all Zoom baits for their trick worm that I have. The next soft plastic box that we have are just Kraken crawls. So, again, got a variety of colors for all the Kraken crawls in there. And as well, I picked up that new green pumpkin purple color in the Kraken crawl. Purple on that side, green pumpkin on that side. And I'm really expecting that color to be my go-to. Last year I know my go-to was the Alabama crawl, and it's tough to beat that. Orange on one side, green pumpkin on the other. But moving on, the last soft plastic box that I have, I believe. Yes, last soft plastics is swim baits. So these are going to be my like Chatterbait trailers and my swim jig trailers and spinnerbait trailers and things like that, as well as sometimes I'll put this on a swim bait hook and just swim it around through the grass. Alright, and then moving on to the hard baits, we'll start here. These are all my lipless crankbaits I'm stored in here. See, that box is labeled lipless. Open it up, got all the lipless in there. The next box I have is my frog box. This box, I love throwing frogs. Although in Maryland, you gotta wait till like the dead of summer to throw a frog just to get those bass really on top water. But got a lot of frogs in here. Some Guggen Squad, Filthy Frog. Eat Me on the top. I love that it says that. Got a whole bunch of different frogs. Got some of the Booyah Toad Runners in there. Some of the Lunker Hunt prop frogs as well. So that's my frog box. Moving on from that, we got a poppers and walking bait box. So in here I got my walking baits. This is I want to say this is a Strike King Sexy Dog. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. This is the bone color. Really like this bait. This is probably my go-to walking style bait. As well as we got some poppers in here. My favorite popper, as of right now, is the Lunker Hunt popper. I just love the paint jobs that they offer. There's like the bluegill imitation. Then they have a black and red one. It also looks really good. Up next, we got the Jerkbait box. This is probably what I'm going to be using those first couple weeks out there. In here, we got a couple different ones. Say my go-to right now is probably the Bass Pro Shops Cutter. This is the Cutter 110, the Skinny Cutter 110. This is like pearl belly with like some green pumpkin up to a black back. And then I also have a Rapala, one of their crankbaits right there. Some black, some like translucent silver, and an orange belly. Next up, we got the Spinnerbait Box. Love the Spinnerbait Box. So these are just sorted by color, really. So you got like the Fire Tiger orange, white with chartreuse, and there's a Sexy Shad in there. We got a black and red and a black and blue, and then got some purples down through here, and then some green pumpkins, and then a black and red down here, as well as a black and gold for those dirty, dirty water. Up next, we have all my square bills. I don't throw square bill a whole lot just because I fish ponds. There's a lot of grass in the ponds that I fish as well. So I don't really throw crankbaits or square bills as much as I would like to, but I still have a pretty good amount of them. For those situations, I might be fishing a river or something that I need one. So right here, this is a Strike King KVD 1.5 Sexy Shad square bill. That's probably my go-to last year. Probably will be this year as well. So yeah, that's a square bill box. Again, all of them are labeled on the top as well as the front. That way, whichever way they're sitting in the bag that I have or in my truck in a box, that way I can tell which is which, so I can grab it out and change baits, get back to fishing. My next box, Crankbait Box. Right here. Got a couple of them in there. I'd say last year, the one I threw the most was the Guggen Squad Mini Recon. I'm pretty sure this color is Sriracha Craw, that they call it. So it's got some yellow on the bottom, up to orange, red with a black back. And then what I really like about what the Guggen Squad does on their crankbaits especially is they literally tell you how far down one dives. So this is a Mini Recon and it dives from 3 to 6 feet. So that way you're changing baits, you look in here, this one says 3 to 6 feet, you're like perfect, tie that one on. Or if you want a deeper style crankbait, this is the Grande Recon that they offer. I'm not sure what the color is. I want to say it's Cosmo Shad, but I'm not sure. It's got some like chartreuse on the bottom, lead up into some purple with a black back. And on the bottom, it says 8 to 12 feet, so a deeper diver crankbait. But that's going to be it for the crankbait box. The next box we have is the Buzzbait Box. Now, I'm still waiting on that Shop Carl shipment to come in. Thought it would be here by now. I guess the Postal Service is having trouble like they have been this whole holiday season, as they call it. And with COVID going on, I guess it's delaying things even more. But I'm waiting on some buzzbaits, but that's why this whole side is empty. This is all going to be filled with the Guggen Squad Hummer. I have 3 or 4 of them coming in this week. and that's what I'm going to put over here. I'm interested to try those out this year. I didn't get a chance to try them out last year, and I'm definitely going to put the time in with them this year because Buzzbait is probably my favorite top water to throw, I could say. So I got the Buzzbait box here. Up next, we got some jigs. So this is just the jig box that I have. Got like an Alabama crawl jigs down here, some watermelon reds, peanut butter jelly, black and blue, regular green pumpkin, and then a white jig. I really like throwing this white jig when they're spawning since it's so easy to see in the water, and it just gets those females and the males that are there with the females that are on beds just really fired up. So I really only throw the white during the spawn when they're on beds just because it's so easy to see, but it's nice to have a white jig in there. Up next we have our swim jigs. Nothing real fancy here, just a few swim jigs. Go-to swim jig is going to be the Guggen Squad Grass Hero. This is their bluegill color. And then I have one of the rattling chunks from Guggen Squad on the back. You can hear that. It's got a real nice rattle in it, and that'll definitely fire up some bass that you throw on the swim jig at. I also have a swim jig tied on my rod back there. It's the same exact swim jig, just with a paddle tail style trailer instead of a crawl style trailer. And then last, but certainly not least, probably my favorite bait of all time is the Chatterbait Box. This is a new box that I picked up. It's the Plano Elite Series 3600, and they call this the Spinnerbait Box, but I'm using it for chatterbaits just because they fit perfectly in there. It's got like these plastic sprongs through here, and to take a bait out, you just slide it right out and slide it right back in. It's so easy. It's really like their Plano Edge series that has their jig box that has this, but this box is only $8, and a Plano Edge Jig Series box can cost you anywhere from like $20 to $35 for one box. So this one, I'm testing this one out. I really like it so far. I tried to put my spinnerbaits in it. That's what I originally got it for, but the spinnerbaits that are tall, it really pushes those wires down a lot, and I'm not sure if I like that or not. So I thought, hey, I could put my chatterbaits in this, and just keeps them nice and organized, and slide it right back in. If you turn it upside down, they don't fall out on you. So that's probably my favorite box. I definitely got to get another one of these, maybe put my jigs in, or swim jigs, stuff like that. But I'm really excited about this box, so that is going to do it for this video on T-Rod Outdoors. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.